We are live. Da, 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 da. This is awesome. Happy
Yeah.
Sunday, everybody. That's hanging out in the comments. That's fantastic here. Let us know if you can hear us all right.
Can I see the comments?
You
Or am I
should
not
be
able?
able to. Yep. So in the sidebar of it, you should see private conversations and then just actual comments or something like that. So it's StreamYard is what we're working with here, guys. Can you see them at all?
Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Got it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for popping in tonight. Welcome to another episode of MOTO MOM Live. I have Jessica with me tonight. I'm super excited because I know we've had casual conversations online, but not to the point of meeting and discussing and kind of getting to know each other. So I'm really pumped to get that information from you tonight. But I guess I came across you. It was your post or your helmet artwork on the One Moto. That's how I found out. And I was like, oh, I need to follow this girl. This is fantastic. And that's how I got introduced to you. And then I know I had Jackie's Moto Garage on here last month or so too. And I know you had done some freelance work for her too. So I'm super glad that Instagram kind of made that connection for me and for you. But do you want to give the people that are here online tonight just kind of a rundown of you and a little history and what you're all about?
Yeah. So I get what I'm up to now is I do graphic design, just freelance, and then I've got kids. I have a 5-month-old with me right now. And then 4-year-old, 4.5. Yeah, married to my husband.
Yep.
We ride dirt bikes. He's ridden street bikes before.
Okay.
I would like to.
Okay.
On
you have never ridden street before. You've just done strictly dirt.
No, I've only been on the back.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
well, I would really like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I do go ride and stuff, I'll wait for a late night when no one's out,
Yep. Just kind of cruise and not have to worry too much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get the feel for it. And the paying attention thing of just all the other cars around you. So yeah. But that's kind of just what I got going on. So
okay. So how did you get started into motorcycling? What was your introduction to it?
My best friend growing up, they had dirt bikes.
Okay.
So every time we'd go ride out in the field by our house, I would be on my bicycle, really crappy bicycle, riding through the field. And then my friend, she'd have her dirt bike. And it's way easier.
Yeah, what am I doing here?
Yeah. So, and then we went to on a vacation to Lake Chelan.
Okay.
And we went horseback riding, and it was super fun. And then when we got back, I told my dad I want a dirt bike, and he was like, "Well, wouldn't you want a horse or something?" And I was like, "Well, no, even though we had fun, and I was 11 at the time. I said, no, I really want a dirt bike." So he made me save up, I think $50 to just prove that I really wanted it. And then, so then we went and bought a PW80 for me, and then I rode it all the time. And so then he was like, okay. So then he passed that down to my little brother, and then my mom and I got old Honda 100s, and my dad had a 250. They were just old and crappy, but we had really good time. So that's
it was a whole family affair for you. That's fantastic.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We went out a little bit, but then it was my best friend and I, we would just go we would go all over town, crossing train tracks and just exploring. And so it was always just, it could take us wherever we wanted to go. So it was fun. Yeah.
I have to laugh though at okay, so it was either a horse or a dirt bike. As far as maintenance goes, I would prefer to have a dirt bike over a horse because it's just, I can't imagine from that end of it. So, but it's
and the emotional responsibility there, like, and so I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad it worked out the way
so
it
you've
did.
been riding pretty much since you've been 11 and up. So how is that dirt riding like grown for you? Like, I know you started off in the fields. This is where I don't have too much experience as far as dirt goes, because I took MSF has a like dirt or street to dirt class or something like that. I took that in September this last fall. So that was officially my first time on dirt, but like, how have you kind of progressed from just the kind of ripping around with your friend to what you're doing now? Like, what's
I had some friends in high school that didn't have old crappy bikes. They had like full-size bikes and stuff, and so I would ride with them sometimes and then borrow a bike. And then I met my husband. So I was 19, met him. He was a motorcycle mechanic since he could work legally. So he grew up like really riding dirt bikes, woods riding and stuff. So when I met him, it was like opened it up even more of like, you should get off this itty bitty crappy bike and like get a full size bike and, go ride some actual trails, not just like a field. So yeah, dirt bikes kind of was something we had in common. And then he kind of opened me up more to the whole world of it. And then it has just been off and on with bikes from there, because we moved to Portland, and then when we moved back here, and then I got pregnant, and then wasn't pregnant, and then I got pregnant again, and then I think we're done with that on and off again now, finally. But
officially, so you guys get to ride for yourself, but you also get to do. I can hear him. It's
that's
awesome.
my 5-month-old. He that's how he talks.
Seriously?
So, yeah, it's kind of.
If you hear him in the background, he can be our second guest for tonight.
Yeah.
But so, like, date nights, does that include dirt bike riding for you guys too? How do you find the time to get out and ride for yourselves and for together?
Yeah, his parents watch our kids a lot,
Awesome.
so that's really nice. And then we have my parents in town, but we take advantage of his parents a lot. But they're more than happy to. So
they get the grandkids time, and then you get some time away for it too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's nice. And then now that our girl, she's 4, and she has a PW 50, and then we just got her a Stasic, so it's like the Striders but with the motor. So that's like,
she took it off and ran with it. How's that sort of for her?
Yeah, she's getting really confident. She rides it all the time. Her actual dirt bike, I think it's just been too much for her, and so she just hasn't really ridden it like a lot. So but yeah,
that
so
Stasic
we're
is
hoping
perfect
to take her out to places and ride with her some more too. And that's
a good call. I'm on the fence with it. I'm on the fence with the Stasic because my son is about 7, my daughter is 2. So like I would get the Stasic, but he would probably grow out of it very quickly, and I don't think my daughter's quite up to it yet. So like if I were to get it, I'd have to I'd be in that weird transition point. I took my son to 2 dirt biking clinics, and he got the hang of it. I just need to find a little 50cc bike that he can actually rip around on. So that's my hang up, because I can't find much of anything here unless I'm going to pay out.
Did he like it?
He loved it. And so we were at some ice racing today. So all of them had snow tires on, and it's a 3-hour endurance ice race. So it's a
Oh, wow.
6-mile like track of all these curves and stuff on the lake. And he just absolutely loved it. We got back in the car. He goes, Mom, I really want a dirt bike. I was like, I know, I need to get you one. But I think we're just holding off. One, because we live in the city, we'd have to cart the bike around in order to go anywhere and do it. And I have a little Kia, so I don't know how I'm gonna cart anything.
Excuses. I always hear excuse like
I know.
how can we make this work?
We got to. I know.
I get it. Yeah. Well, like our daughter, her 50, you can turn the throttle down. So,
Perfect.
and I turn it way too down, and then she can't even go because I'm just afraid. And then my husband, he'll like let it out more for her,
Sure.
and then she'll enjoy it. But and then same with the stay stick, you can turn the throttle down. But I could see him growing out of it fast, but
pretty quickly, because he's like he loves his balance bike. But I think like we might have to just get him one of those like 50cc bikes and call it good. That's what we need to.
Yeah.
His birthday is coming up very shortly here, so maybe
that would be cool.
I'll just have to talk my husband into it, because I think it's more of a push from my end of it, because that's where I grew up, kind of the same as you, riding around in like the cornfields, dirt fields in the back of our parents' dairy farm. So I kind of want him to have that same effect if we can. So, good call.
Yeah.
But it's awesome that you've already got her started and she's grown into that. And it's awesome that you said she's 4, so she's got quite a number of years yet too, but it's fantastic to see. Oh, awesome. So I want to jump into a little bit more on the creative side. So how has that started for you, for like the freelance designing? Where did that all stem from for?
Yeah. I grew up drawing and stuff like every kid. But then, I really, really enjoyed it. So I went to community college for art and everything. We moved to Portland and we got rid of the dirt bikes. So that was in 2012. And so then I just really put everything into painting and trying to make it a career, because I was like, if I'm going to do something for a living, like I want it to be something I really enjoy. So I was trying to make that work, and I tried for like a good couple of years and it didn't. And then we moved back to our hometown in 2015. And then I was getting pretty tired of painting, and then we had got dirt bikes again. I'm kind of fast forwarding through the story a little bit, but and then I was just, I'm sick of painting. I like riding dirt bikes, but at the same time, I still like creating things for other people, so they give me kind of their parameters of what they want. I really enjoy that. And so then I was like, what if I made designs for people on the computer? So that's kind of how it started, July 2019. And I just made some stuff, taught myself Adobe Illustrator, and I knew Photoshop a little bit. Yeah. And so then I just started posting those illustrations on Instagram and the dirt bike. We're dirt biking again. And so then it all just kind of
came
started
together
to blossom, and people found me that rode dirt bikes that wanted designs. So then it was just kind of working out what I wanted to do. And just super grateful for that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I guess it all wasn't a waste of time. Is a new realization I had last week was, putting all that time into the art and everything for so long, it wasn't a waste, because it allowed me to finally get sick of it, to then where I would think of what else can I do, and then think of a different idea, and get me where I am now. So yeah.
The painting was your medium, kind of, sort of, and then you blossomed into the designing side. So do you like, is it more online? I have an iPad, but I haven't actually, I bought the Apple Pen and all that stuff to get into designing. And I know Amanda as the Make Fly Fly is on here too. And like watching her sketches, I was like, I need to do this. This is more inspiration watching the two of you actually create. And I think Jess, her two wheels is the same way. I was like, all right, I have everything that I should. I just actually have to sit down and do it. So from your end of it, was it
awesome? And then her two wheels, I saw she was making some new stuff yesterday.
I know, so.
With the pen. I was like, oh, I need that. So that's cool.
It's always fun to have those like people of inspiration, and I find you as one of those too. So every time you post some new designs up, it's amazing to see. So how did the One Moto helmet kind of come up for your sake? What was that like for you?
I saw that they were doing it and taking calls. So I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. And so I just submitted like a really rough sketch and they said yes. So I was pretty happy about that. Yeah. And that was just great. I really, really wanted that.
Was that your first time actually painting helmet before, or have you done them previously?
Yeah, that was my first time.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was kind of scary because it's like, I don't know, I wanted to do it like legit. You don't have to do that. You could do anything, you know. Some people did some pretty like crazy stuff with their helmets, but I wanted to like sand it down and then paint it correctly and then clear coat it correctly and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my husband, he's painted his trucks before and stuff, so he kind of knew how, like, what I needed and the steps to take. So yeah.
And you've done multiple other ones too, right, since then for helmets? Have you? I think I've seen.
Oh yeah, I did one more. Oh yeah, that was for Babes Right Out. Yep. They were doing an auction. No, that was Moto Fam and Babes Right Out. Yeah. Doing an auction.
They were all seemed connected somehow or another for that part of it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. So that one was super fun. Yeah, I like doing
it. Has to be intimidating to do. So I have there's a acquaintance or a friend that I know here that she does some kind of like designing and drawing too. So I gave her my old Bitlow helmet. I never I bought it for the sake of like looks, but I never actually ride with it unless it's like for down the street for photos. So I gave it to her and I was like, here, this is the general concept that I want, but can you make it into something? But I can't imagine like having a blank canvas and there's no turning back once you put that paintbrush to the helmet.
It's a little stressful. Yeah. And then if you do have to like sand, kind of like try to get it off, then you don't want to like go through. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
He's doing all right though.
Yeah. I wonder if he's getting a little bit sleepy, but.
Good. This is the actual live version of Moto Mom Live happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told her, I was like, don't worry, this will be good. This is pretty much it, all of it in a nutshell. Like we are trying to make us work as females and moms, and we still have to do mom duties at the same time.
Yeah, it's like always interrupted, and then learning how to manage
multitask
interruptions better with a better attitude.
And how do you do that with the kiddos and design work? Like, what is your normal way of focusing and getting stuff done?
Focusing? I mean, I don't know. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. Unless I'm like tired, then like I'll take that cue and sleep, you know. But those first couple hours for me are like
golden.
Just helped me feel like, you know, I got a lot done. I did have some like quiet time where nobody was asking me for anything. And so then when the rest of the day, when it's just like I only get to work in little chunks, it's kind of like, oh well, I did get a bunch done already. So Yeah, it is kind of like little chunks. And it used to be really bad one day, like with my daughter, because she was always like, I want a snack. I want a snack. And then I was like, we're done with this. Okay. So it's going to be breakfast, like is happening now. And then you're not eating it until lunch. And then like, and she's, yeah, my kids are like really good. They're easy. Our daughter's really, really good. But just always trying to kind of like help shape the day so that things can like be smooth.
Like, here are the bubbles of what we're trying to accomplish at this point in time of the day. Let's make this work.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, I hate it, but I like it at the same time. They have a snack drawer, which is pretty much the bottom half of the pantry, and so like all of their snacks are laid out in there. So if they need anything, they can go and get it. But most of the time, she can't open it, so she has to come to me anyway. So I'm like, can I have this? Or it's like 7:00 in the morning. She's got fruit snacks in her hand. I was like, no, we need to have breakfast first before we have anything else. Let's hold off.
I guess whatever today.
I left the floodgates open. Like, they have the option to get it, and so it is what it is. So
yeah, some days I'm really like, no, like you can't have like fruit snacks for breakfast. Yep. And then every once in a while, I'm just looking the other way. Like, it's fine. It'll be fine. You know. Yeah, it's funny.
You got to pick your battles, and if you feel like picking them that day, then go ahead and go for it. But some days I got to give in and be like, all right, what's more important right now? I guess you can have this.
Yeah.
So for your sake, what is kind of next on the docket? What are you looking forward to for 2021? What do you got up your sleeve as far as things go for this year?
Well, fun stuff. My husband, we were just trying to figure out, like, because his work was like wanting everyone to like give their days off requests. So we've got like a big plan for the spring and summer.
So does he. He's got all the plans.
Yeah, camping trips, day rides, like during the week when there's not a ton of people out, stuff like that. So that'll be good. Yeah. So that's that. What?
That's awesome. Hey. So any long distance, or do you kind of stick around to local to your area, or are you kind of hoping to get to different states to try out? What do you think?
Yeah, so we're in Washington. We ride in Oregon a little bit. Trying to think where we're planning on going. Kind of a little bit of everywhere. There's some good stuff in Washington, and then we want to get to Idaho. Yeah, and then I think after that we'd probably expand. And then once the kids get older,
oh, honey,
maybe I can lay him down really quick. I know we're live.
No, go for it. Hey, this is all for it. I can give you guys, give some time to lay him down, and then I'll get on the chat as far as like questions goes for everybody there. So
okay, it'll take a second. He goes down so fast. So okay.
I love this. This is perfect. Thank you guys for being troopers with us too. I know most of you guys can relate as far as family goes for this, but guess let me know where everybody's tuning in from tonight. I see conversation going on here as far as collaboration, Amanda. Is that or some kind of conversation going on here for that? Thank you, Bodine52. That's awesome. That makes my night. I appreciate it. Definitely Kentucky. I know. I took the kids to a trampoline park this afternoon so that they would just wear themselves out and hopefully go to bed very easily. So I think that was mission accomplished. But on the way back, it was going 25 miles an hour down the roads because of the snow. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. I hate living in Wisconsin at this point of the like year. I don't know. Is it like bad for you up in Washington? Like I don't know as far as like weather wise, or do you have some normal winters? I don't know. What does that look like for you up there, over there?
Um, it snowed really bad this last week. Really, it's not really that bad. It snowed a lot. We don't usually
Like,
get snow, and it seems to be every 2 years now we get a bunch.
and it stays for like a day or two and then disappears, or does it
Yeah,
stick
like it's
around for a little bit?
all melting today and tomorrow. So I wish it would. I like it if it's going to be really cold out.
It might
I'd
as
like
well
it to
have
at
it.
least be like, yeah, fun and
We had
snow.
we had cold snap the last, was it 2 weeks ago? It was like -12,
Oh,
-14 when I woke up. It was, yeah, made me
yeah.
question why we live here. But thank you, Bakers and Brews, for the what is it, the Snapchat something? I don't even know what it is, but thank you for that. I appreciate the snap. That's fantastic. Well, do you guys have
Awesome.
questions for, oh, Toby's got one here that I'm seeing. Sorry, we've got like, it's a lag as far as StreamYard goes. So like we have like 5
Oh,
or 10-second delay as far
okay.
as like questions goes. But Toby's asking, oh, like general
Well,
area, but
I'm in Eastern
Eastern area.
Washington, yeah. So,
Heck yeah.
um,
I need to come out and ride with you out in that area. You can teach me how to ride dirt and we can ride some of the
yeah,
trails. That would be epic.
yeah.
Are there like rental places that you can actually get dirt and
Um,
ADV
Not
bikes,
like in
or?
our area. There's like Gold Creek Lodge
Okay.
in Idaho. I've wanted to go there just because you like can stay at the lodge and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds really fun. Um,
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
there's places that you can rent, but there's nothing around here. But
Yeah.
we just got like a pit bike.
Okay.
And then my husband went tonight and picked up another one that was like, it's all like torn apart. So, I mean, it's super small, but that would at least like kind of, but you ride motorcycles. So maybe
Yeah.
just getting on a big bike would be like,
Be fine.
it'd be
Something
fine. Yeah.
said, Kenneth says Asheville has dual sport rentals. Okay, this is something I need to look into a little bit more.
Oh,
I
cool.
actually looked, so I have TCX like ADV boots. So I'm like, that's my first step into getting more of the dual sport off-road adventuring. But I have like, I think I wear them like for 5 seconds and then they're in the closet right now. Like I need to wear them in and actually do something, but I
Mhm.
guess it's a step in the right direction as far as that goes.
Well, when I did the Moto Fam Babes Right Out
Mm-hmm.
helmet, Biltwell gave all the helmet artists a helmet to paint and a helmet
Oh,
just like to
nice.
keep. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I have like a $200 helmet. I need to go out and get like spend a couple thousand, get a motorcycle, you know?
Yep. That's just the
That's
start of it, and you can just circle in. So what would
yeah.
you, if you were to look at street riding, what would you get as far as bike, or what are you considering with that?
I don't really know.
Okay.
We were looking at them last night or a couple nights ago in bed, and
It's fun
basically
to dream.
if it's old and looks kind of like a pile of shit, like that's
That's what you
what
want.
I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I just think that'd be really fun. And then they're smaller because it seems like the ones that are the really huge bikes or like the chopper style bikes can be kind of like, you need to like know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It sounds like, right?
Yeah. But you have your husband to kind of help you and walk you through it too. Like that's a
Mhm.
gold mine as far as knowledge and experience goes, to like, okay, something's wrong. Help me figure out what's wrong with it and how I need to fix it. And I'm sure that
I've
he
ridden
can
on
be
the
helpful
back
there.
with him though,
Yeah.
and he's always been like, I like flow with him, because he had a Super Duke.
Mm-hmm.
So, or a crotch rocket. He hates it when I would call it that, but yeah. And so, like, I think I know how. obviously, you know, I know how to move my body, I guess. But yeah, I just want something fun and have fun, and I don't know, a dual sport would be
perfect, really probably.
Yeah.
I feel like that would fit your needs as far as both goes too, but yeah.
Yeah.
We've got one down Gene Up says get an Indian FTR.
Okay.
That's something.
Yeah.
And then Robin Lady Baker says choosing a bike is so personal. It depends on what you want and altering it to fit you. So that's awesome. It's a good call. I know. And it's hard to know when you're just looking at them too and you haven't actually like ridden them for longer. Yeah. So yes, you can go on looks and style, but the minute you ride it, you're like, okay, maybe this is not something I want to ride.
Yeah.
I'm having to look at something else.
Yeah.
Toby asked, I've never done motocross, but I have friends that have and also ride street. They say motocross is more technical and street riding comes naturally. Would you say?
I've only ridden a track once.
Hey, it's more than me.
We do trail riding in the woods, so.
Is it like just a one trail, like a single bike?
Single track, and then there's like wider trails. So I'm trying to think if I can answer more technical. I mean, I don't know, because when you're riding on the street, you're just sitting down. I'm not saying that in like a negative way, but then when you're riding like a dirt bike on a motocross track or on a trail, you better be like standing up a lot and moving and like.
I never realized how physical it was riding dirt when it comes to that. Because there's so much more to it. So when I took that class, I got done and my legs were just like black and blue because I fell over too damn much. Like the bike went to sleep a lot of times and I picked it up. I don't know if I picked it up correctly, but I had all the adrenaline to just like, all right, I'm going to try this again. And there's so many multiple things that you have to like pay attention to. We learned how to go over tree stumps too. So that was intimidating at first. And then there's all these rocky uphill, downhill, more of a wider trail, but I did some of the single track or single trail ones and kind of got stuck on some tree limbs and everything else. So I can see where it's just always physically and mentally taxing when you transition to the street. All you have to do is really pay attention to the cars and the traffic around you and the traffic signs. Like that's really truly is in that side, I guess. But
not boring. LA traffic, not boring.
No, not at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I get, you know, my motorcycle endorsement and then can ride, like I just envision riding like some summer night, like 9 p.m. And when we live, it like dies down pretty good at night. So yeah, I'm not looking for any exciting traffic. So
that's a no-go on my part. We have minimal traffic in the smaller towns that we live in here in Wisconsin. But says, is there a dirt equivalent of the MSF? So the class that I took was actually like through MSF. Like it was just called Street to Dirt or something like that. So I'm assuming that it's like that throughout multiple states. Maybe it's not, but that's one that I have done. I don't know. Do you have any knowledge as far as dirt goes? Or should we just borrow a bike and wing it?
Yeah. Do that. Like, I don't know. If you get a chance, just take it, whether it's borrowing someone's bike. I know Dirtastic, I'm pretty sure she got a bike, but I don't think she's like for somebody to like if they haven't ridden before, like she would provide one, but I haven't seen her like she shared it in her stories. So I know it was like public information, but then like I haven't really seen that being broadcast with like the clinics for this year. So I don't know if there's anything like that. I'm trying to think, but I don't know. I try to like take in everything that's going on everywhere, and it's there's just so much stuff.
It's overwhelming. And then, so I'm more into like the street and the cruiser style, but even like from a racing side or from a dirt side or like ADV part two, there's just, you have different lanes and you can kind of filter in all of this information too, but if you're trying to get all of it at once, it's it's way too much from that end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to catch up on comments here. They're just cruising through. What is the organization your son is learning through? So I just shared on my YouTube account his dirt bike clinic class. So it was actually local here to Wisconsin. It's a group that holds probably like 3 or 4 different clinics every single year, and they go to the different like dirt tracks throughout the state of Wisconsin. But they brought all of the gear and everything too. So like from your end, I like you have the bike for her, and I'm sure you have to get all the boots, the whatever that comes along with it. For me, I'm like, how do I know if this is even something that he's gonna like? And so for me, I just showed up, said, all right, he was in long pants, long shirts, and like had long socks. But other than that, they gave him shoes, they gave him the actual like top, pants, the chest protector. Yep. And then the helmet, the goggles, the gloves, I think, and his boots, if I didn't mention that already too. But yeah, he was all geared up before they even got on the bike. So for me, I'm like, okay, good. Because I looked at the prices at some of that stuff and was like, that's going to add up very quickly. And I know how kids go through that stuff so fast. I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
Is it like worth it? But I guess like if you're starting with her too, and then maybe if he gets into it, same with mine, like, okay, if he gets into it and then maybe she gets into it, then we can maybe use this multiple times than just the once. Where do you find your gear for her?
Well, we got her a new helmet. She doesn't have boots yet, and she just wears jeans and stuff. So whatever.
Well, it's not like she's doing like the racetrack or the dirt tracks for that sake too.
Yeah, so I think that's why we're really glad that the Stasics making her more comfortable. Because she likes riding her dirt bike. She would just only ride for like 2 minutes and then be done. So I think getting the Stasic just kind of like, it's just a stepping stone for her, I guess. And I was really like, I don't know. I don't think that'll be the right way to go about it. And we got it anyways, and it's been great. So, but yeah.
How long do the batteries last on those things though? Like,
it seems pretty decent. She'll ride around, stop, ride some more, and we just like charge it every night. So yeah,
it's not too bad then. Yeah. I have to call this out though. Like, Mark, holy crap! Thank you so much for this super chat. That's insanely crazy.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. I don't even know what to say because I'm just so focused on like having a conversation that I want to try to keep up with the side chat for that. But thank you. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, any other questions that you have for Jessica? Put them in the comments now, or forever hold your peace for that sake. So I know we have kiddos to attend to for yours sake too. I can hear him, but he's probably good. Yeah.
Can you hear him?
A little bit, but
he's yeah. But I hate that because people are like, oh, they're crying, and it's like, yeah, all day, not all day, but they do that, and then they stop and go to sleep, or or you take care of it, or whatever. Like,
I was like I shared with Jessica on the way, or on behind the stage, I guess, before we went live. But my daughter, before I put her to bed, she asked multiple times to go to the bathroom. Like I could count on like 5 or 6 fingers the amount of times like she has asked repeatedly to go to bed. But like for my sake, like you can't not, but you know, they know how to work the system when it gets to that point. Oh man. Well, thank you. Oh, Robin has.
Yeah, I was like, that is a very good question that I don't have the answer for.
Okay, so how do you best balance it?
But yeah, no, and I think that's why I was like, don't end us out. That's like, I feel like every mom, like moms, we just like go through it's, you know, crazy sometimes. I said earlier, because I work from home, freelance graphic design. So I get up at 5:30 in the morning because for me that feels good. It doesn't that doesn't make me like tired or anything like that. So it works for me. I get up early so that I can have like time to myself and get a bunch done. That's not interrupted, so it is like more productive.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of roll with it. But I also know like, okay, when my kids get up and I feed them, like it's not just feed them and then on to the next thing. Like I'm kind of just trying to be more present and like relaxed about all the things I want to get done. So it's like, okay, I'm going to feed them and then I'm just going to chill for a minute with them. And then once the, you know, the clock strikes 10, then like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do this for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so that's, I don't know, that's what I try to do. And I don't know. I feel like it's always changing and evolving. And so I just try to like then tweak what I need to do for me to fit where they're at.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's hard when they're younger too, because they have more of your focus and attention. When they get a little bit older, that's where I guess maybe people can chime in. Maybe because we have little ones yet, but I feel like it would be easier to still balance that to what it is. But I have to say 100% you were right. Like there's no golden contract of like, okay, this is how it's going to work as far as like making everything go from being a mother to being a freelancer to working from home, staying home with the kiddos. It's a hard balance to do. And I commend you for kind of keeping with a schedule and making it work within your realms and finding, you know, the flaws in it. Like, okay, well, maybe we need to adjust things here, pick things up here, but
yeah, like I'll say this because I know moms, like we deal with like shame and stuff. And so I'll just like say it. My daughter, she kept asking me to play, you know, will you play with me? Will you play with me? And I'm like, I'm working. When I'm done working, we'll play. So, you know, after daddy gets home, like then we'll do that. And I realized one night I was like laying in bed and I was like, one day she's going to ask me to play and it'll be the last time she asks me to play. Like, and then that's it. Like someday it'll be the last time she asks me that and I don't get it back. And I was like, I love what I do. I love the people I work with. I want to give them like the best that I can give them. But at the end of the day, like my kids and my husband are far more important than any of the things I'm working towards. And I was like, you know what, tomorrow when she asks me to play, like I'm just gonna say forget everything, you know, and I'm gonna play.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because that's like, and I'll get to those things and they'll get done. So I'm still trying to like be better at that, but so yeah, it's always just like trying to always be better.
For me, it's like, okay, if they're asking me that question, I want to give them my full 100% attention. So if I've got something going on, I was like, okay, give me the time limit. I've got 5 minutes to finish this up, and then we will do whatever you're asking to do that we want to do. Because if I'm going to pretty much half butt something and kind of mesh it together, it doesn't feel right. And they're going to understand it from that side of it too. Like, okay, well, she is, but she's not really playing with me or not doing what I wanted her to do. So for me, I just kind of have to put them like into that same perspective too. So yeah.
Always trying to figure out how to be better for everybody. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, she goes, Jessica, even at 23, they still need you, just different.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna like cry when they're that old.
I know. Oh gosh, that's crazy. And like, it's gonna be fun to look back at like our lives and how they were right now, and you fast forward them even like 10 years from now, and what your life is gonna be like, and just how different and I don't know how different it's going to be from your end and from my end, but it's going to be worth it to see where you're at, how you're juggling things, what you're trying to accomplish as far as your goals, but then still trying to raise that family. And I know that you've, from what you shared tonight, as far as, you know, building up that, even just that female ridership with your daughter, like that's incredible to kind of hear. So that's awesome. Oh man. I got one more from Toby here. Have you done any racing internationally? Any racing at all? Favorite place to ride or to race?
Favorite? Well, we did Rimrock 2 years ago.
Okay.
That was my first time ever like doing a race or being at a race.
What was that like?
It was super kind of like overwhelming because there was so many riders. It was crazy. So my husband was, you know, away in the men's whatever up there, and they took off, and then I was back with the women's line, and then so he was had already been racing for like a couple minutes, or like a good couple minutes, and then they let the women's line go, and it just felt like everything clicked. Like when you get in that flow, and it just felt like I'm gonna do so good. I don't know if I was actually gonna or anything, but so then I rounded this first corner and then this second corner, and then there's my husband because he had wrecked and broke his collarbone, and so I had like the most like exhilarating feeling of my life, and then it was over.
Pure panic of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, you know, luckily he was fine and everything was good. And but hopefully this year we want to go do that again. Yeah, and I still think I might feel super overwhelmed just with it's like everything. Crazy. Yeah, but it'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy to have you on, and thanks for juggling mom duties.
It was so nice talking with you.
Yes, and I'm sure everybody here can appreciate just your insight from dirt, from creativeness to everything in between. I appreciate it, and we'll be in touch. I need to come out and visit you from that way, so I'll hit you up as far as that.
Yeah, if you want to like
teach me a little thing about as far as dirt. So
yeah, you can ride my bike. If I get my endorsement, we can like go like for a cruise or something.
We'll figure something out. It'll be a mom's day out or mom's night out, one of the two, but we'll make something happen for that. So but thanks everybody else that's in the chat tonight. I appreciate you taking the time out on your Sunday evening to kind of hang out with us and catch up with people that are here on the live stream and then also listening to afterwards. If you want to check out any of Jessica's work, I have her Instagram account handle at the bottom of this description too. So feel free to go give her a look and give her a, like, I want to say subscribe, but I'm like, you don't have a YouTube channel, but like give her a follow and just kind of support her in what she's doing. I appreciate it from that end of it, and just your creative insight. Just keep rolling, girl. You got this. This is awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one. And thanks again, Jessica.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.